Good morning, good Erev Shabbos. So in case you don't get to the end of this with me, I want to just get this part out right away. I will be in New York, January 31st, that's this week on Wednesday, doing a mini retreat in Bar Park, and everyone is welcome. If you want to register, go to rivkamalka.com/mini retreat. And this week's Parshas class is directly related to that because we are talking about fears and dreams. So favorite Parshas, of course, because we're in the time of redemption. We are leaving Mitzrayim and oh my goodness, all the pain is coming to an end, and we just see the Jewish people bewildered, like seriously bewildered. They're just starting to realize who they are, kind of. Actually, they don't really know who they are. We are starting to realize who God thinks we are, that we are worthy of being taken out, of being protected, of being vindicated. Justice is being done on our behalf. And we're worthy of miracles. That this much we know that God thinks that. And so he takes us out. But as a nation, we are still completely bewildered. And how many of us can relate to that, right? It's like the biggest thing in life is understanding who you are. We can look at our life and we can have evidence and we can make gratitude lists and put it down on paper. Yes, I can see how Hashem has got my back and he's doing everything for me. But somewhere in that mix of the pain and what we've been through, we completely forget who is he doing it to? Who is this person? And we're almost like the Jewish people, leaving still as slaves. Even though we're free, we still feel kind of like, but I can't. Recently, I was in a coaching session in our coaching school, and this young woman came and we had her draw a picture of her situation. And there she was. It was a magnificent picture. It was full and it was rich, and the whole page was covered. And the most interesting thing was that in the right-hand corner, and if you know a little bit of art therapy, the right is like, the present up there. So there she was with her name and a circle and a cross around it. It was just like Xing out her face because she feels so bad. And it was just her name and a circle. And then there in the corner was a little girl with a broken heart. And all this stuff was happening in the middle. And when we were looking at her artwork afterwards, I said, you know what the most interesting thing is? You don't have a face. There's no face in your picture. You know who has the face? The little girl with the broken heart. She's who you think you are. You don't even know who this new person is. And as you're trying to get through this hard situation, there's a part of you that just feels like that little girl with a broken heart. And that's where we were at the end of this whole slavery in Egypt. We had no face. We didn't know who we are. And so Hashem comes and he tells us, I'm going to tell you who you are. You are Mamlachas Kohanim v'Goy Kadosh. And that means a nation, a kingdom, Mamlachas Kohanim, a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. That's who you are. You are royalty. You are holy. You are special. Don't you forget it. And there is nothing like someone looking you in the eye and saying, I see you. I know who you are. I know what you can do. And when we have that in our life, when we have someone holding space for us to be that great person that we really are, we can move miracles. Everybody needs that. And if you think that you don't have that, think carefully to yourself, who in my life holds space for me to be both great and to fail, to feel lousy when I'm leaving Egypt, but also who knows that I really have something very special to offer. Who's holding that space? And for us, Hashem is holding that space. Hashem says, no matter what, I'm going to tell you who you are. I know who you are. But we forget. And because we forgot, when we came to the sea, we were completely confused about what to do. I mean, if you don't know your stories, your Parshas stories, we left Mitzrayim, we left Egypt, and there was the Mitzrayim, the Egyptians, and a few days later Paro decided, I'm going to come and I'm going to chase them down, even though it made absolutely no sense. And so we're traveling, and for 5 seconds we feel free, and then suddenly, there it comes. There is the Egyptians behind us, and there's the water in front of us, and we don't know what to do. And there are so many choices. Should we stand there and pray? I don't know what to do. Please, Hashem, help me. I'm in a tough position. And so many of us, we take this tack in life. And I actually have a comment on that, because we are in a time of incredible light and emunah. And so often right now, and it's ironic because emunah is such a powerful thing, but it's ironic because when we need to face a situation, our friends tell us to have emunah, to do hisbodedus, to daven, and all of this is 100% excellent, but it's not the only ingredient. And sometimes I feel that as a people, and on a personal level, I'll say for me, that I lose track of what my real strength is, because I'm thinking Hashem has all the strength. I'll just do Enod Movado and He has all the strength. But this is not true. We create together with Hashem through our actions. He wants us to. He wants us to do something. So standing and praying at the water, that wasn't even enough. Turn back and fight? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Do we want to live our whole lives fighting? We just left these people. Folks, if you've ever been in a bad relationship, do not pick up the phone and call that person. You just left them. Stay away. Do you know what happens if you turn around and you call them? You become a bitter fighting person your whole life. That's what it is. Should we turn around and fight because they're chasing us? No, you should not. Because who you are is more important than who they are. Who you are becoming is more important than what happened to you. And if you say, well, my only option is to turn around and fight, then what you're doing is you're identifying yourself as a victim, and you feel powerful because you're fighting, but actually you're like a child having a temper tantrum against the whole world. So fighting, that's not what you need to do. Give up. How about giving up? How many of us have felt like giving up? I just can't. I thought things were going good. I thought my life was getting better, but apparently it's not. I thought we were out of Egypt, but apparently Egypt follows us wherever we go, and we're doomed, and that's it. And I gave it my good fight. I did. And you know what? I try to overcome this, whatever this is, and I can't. So that's just not me. I am meant to be overweight, unemployed, friendless, lonely, in pain, whichever one of those. That's it. I just give up, and I just, it's like I even feel like kind of righteous about it. I can even write witty things about it. I'm going to write something witty about that's my life. That is my life. And there I go, standing before the sea in front of me and the Egyptians behind me, and I'm stuck and I lose my strength. And why do I lose my strength? Is it because I don't believe in God? Of course I believe in God. He runs the world. And apparently He ran the world and He ran me into a corner. So we know the first part is that Hashem tells us who we are. You are Mamlachas Kohanim V'Gai Kadosh. Hashem tells us who we are, but that is not enough. No way. That's not enough. Because in this Parsha, He tells us when you're stuck in that place where it seems so hard and you are being persecuted, Vayisa'u, travel. Go forth and do the thing I sent you to do. Do the hard thing. The only way that you will do the hard thing is if you first know who you are, and that's why He first tells us, this is who you are, for God's sake. This is who you are. And when you know that I am sending you on this mission, and I'm giving you everything that you need, and you don't have to figure out how it's going to happen. You don't have to figure it out. All you have to do is move your fears and do the thing. You don't know how anything's going to happen. Did I just say that 3 times? I'll say it again. Folks, there is no choice in life, and you've heard me say this before. There's no choice in life but to be in this present. It boggles the mind that you can't see the future. You can't see a minute from now. It doesn't matter. The smartest person in the world does not know what's going to happen. So all we know is the choice that we make today. And the choice that we make today has to be to move forward. And this is the piece that I was saying, where we feed people tremendous messages of emunah. And yes, for emunah. And yes, Hashem has all the powers. And yes, Hashem will make it happen. But you, my friend, you are the one who has to take the action. And this is what Hashem tells us. It's his final message. And it's both his final message for exiting Egypt. This is how you will find freedom. Vayisa'u. If you take the hard action, if you believe in yourself. And this is also his first commandment from being on free territory. We're not in Egypt, so we're out. And what's the first thing God tells us? Vayisa'u. Do you know what you do when you're out of a bad situation? Yes, when you're in crisis, we're going to cry out. No question. When you're in pain, we're going to cry out. That's just it. When you are with a friend and they need help, you sit there with them because it's a time for prayer. Sometimes it's a time for quiet surrender. Yes, it is. Sometimes it's a time to fight. And sometimes it is simply a time to take forward action. Vayisa'u. Get into that water. Do the thing. You don't know how it's going to turn out. And Hashem will make the entire thing happen for you. Whenever I give a talk, it's a whole to-do for me. It's a whole to-do. Maybe it would be easier if I had a class, but I don't. I'm sitting in my dining room with a phone. So as I sit here, I actually have to get myself into this mental state of my truth because I can't give you words. I sit and I listen to Parshas and I sit at this and I sit here and I'm like, what is my truth that I need for today? And what I have been working on is doing hard things. Do you think it was easy to jump into the water? No, it was not. There was no certainty. There was danger. It was all risk. So what did they have to go on? They had only two things to go on. Hashem believes in me. Now I need to believe in me. I need to believe that if I don't take this action will not be done. And I am the one who chooses my life. So what is it that I need to do? And there's like a theme of passivity that can creep in when we speak about faith, when we speak about emunah. There's a theme of surrender. We surrender to God's plan. We let go and give it to Hashem. But in this week's Parsha, my main takeaway is that's only part of it. That's only one piece of it. There has to be a you. There has to be a you who's going to get out there and who's going to do the thing. And in coaching school just now, I taught the students about a meta view. A meta view is a very powerful way of giving someone a perspective. So a regular perspective is just the macro. All I have is here right now. Meta view. Pull out the camera. What is the lens? What's really going on? Where are you in the story of your life? If you look down at your life from the bird's eye view, what else can you see? If the Jewish people had pulled out to a meta view, do you know what they would see? They would see Hashem just worked for us for an entire year of miracles, and he cuddled us. He literally he pampered us. He said, they're getting water. Don't worry, honey, you're getting water. They're getting frogs. You're not. And not only that, when they're like stiff and can't move in the darkness, you're going to move around and poke in their houses and see the riches. He showed us. If he would have pulled out to a macro view, we would have seen we're okay. We've got a little dance going with Hashem. He's on our side, and he's just believing in us. And we would stand before the water and we would say, yeah, okay, this one too. Okay, I get it, right? And we would just be joyful and just, okay, we're doing the next thing. But we get stuck in the macro. Oh, I'm so scared. Something's behind me. Something's in front of me. I can't see what to do. So pull out the lens and ask yourself, where am I in my life? How did I get here? What are the miracles that have been done on my behalf? And what is there for me to do now? And getting this, what Hashem wants for us is not to be slaves or victims, not to start our day and say, I let go to whatever Hashem wants my day to be. I let go. No. Vayisa'u. Travel forward to the Holy Land. See where you want to be and what it will take to get there. Set an intention for your day. Notice that I am free. I am not my circumstance, and there are things that I need to do. And if you pay attention, you will notice that there is such a fierce, magnificent, and giant desire in you for greatness, for making a contribution, for doing something that's important. And when you pay attention to that real dream inside of you, you can make your intention for the day from there. You can intend for your day, you can intend for your life from that place and create together with Hashem. So I just gave a workshop. I gave part, and my friend Leva gave the other part. And the first part was looking at our fears. And I thought that was going to be the most fun part, because when you stare down your fears, it's hilarious and sadly unbelievable what they hold you back from doing. But in Leva's segment, she took over for me when we were talking about dreams. She asked us, what is the impossible dream? What's your impossible dream? That dream that if you would tell it to people, you would be like embarrassed, like, I want to change the world. I want to speak on a stage. I really want to host 100 people and give them an incredible experience. I wish I could feed the homeless, the poor. I wish I had my own tzedakah organization. What is your dream? What is that impossible dream? And through this workshop, as we sat with the dream, do you know what happened? It stopped being impossible. Sit with it, intend it long enough. Know that this that you feel is the you that Hashem put inside of you. He gave you this vision, this personality. He gave you this longing on a very, very simple level. Here's my super simple level. I have like the big world dreams. And then for my home dreams, I dream of peaceful loveliness and dinners. And I really have been struggling. It's just like something about my daily life. I cannot seem to get it into balance to just do the thing I need to do. So we're like having takeout, eating pizza, eating hot dogs. Everyone's eating at their own time. It's not what I intended. It's not really my values. And as I sit with the simple, this is my small, but it's not small for me, impossible dream of simply being organized and present enough to plan for a family dinner like we had for so many years and that I can't seem to get back to. I start to think, what is that going to take? And why is this so important to me? Maybe it sounds silly to someone else, but Hashem put that in my mind, that this is what I need for balance. So I have to honor it. This is my dream. My dream is to have a family dinner. That's my simple dream, just to sit down back together as family, to not be on my phone, to not be doing things up until carpool so that I don't have time to get it together, to not be on so much in my own head that I'm like, okay, well, I'm not hungry. I guess nobody else is hungry. To realize what it's like to remember myself, to remember all that is churning inside of me for a reason. You know why? Because I am meant to do it. You like this? I'm giving myself a little pep talk right in front of you. I am meant to do it. I did it for like 15, 20 years, and my family's being ripped off. I am meant to find a way, no matter how many online things I do, I am meant to find a way to organize my life that this thing becomes a reality. And I can do it. Thank you, everyone, for getting myself all excited. I can do it. I can sit there and I can make a plan, and it is going, and it does matter. Whatever that dream is in your heart, move away the fears, the I can'ts. All the I can'ts is nonsense. Vayisa'u. Step in to your strength that Hashem has in mind for you. So we're just starting out the day, and I will tell you something. I would not have made this video if I wasn't even thinking about this today. What is my intention for the day? I'm the one who creates it. So my husband spent the week away, and now he's coming back. And the minute I turned this off, I'm going to pick him up from the airport. And then when I tried to make the video, I'm trying to go outside, upstairs. No, I can't make the video. I should do this first. But you know what? I set my intention for the day, and I said to myself, I can do it. Even if my video is in my dining room and I really feel more like I just like the light outdoors. It speaks to me on camera and it speaks to me in many ways. I can do it even if there's kids around. And you know what? They've been quiet. I can do it even though I feel guilty because my daughter was hanging out in my room with me right before I made this. And in the passive way, I would say, oh, well, the call of the moment is to hang out with my daughter. I love my daughter. I will hang out with her all day. I set my intention. I will make this video. So no matter that it's short, no matter that I'm about to dash out of here, no matter, just do vayisa'u. Just do it imperfectly. It doesn't matter. Hashem will take care of the details. And as you can see, it looks like I'm alone in here. I'm not alone in my house. Let me tell you, it's vacation. And I'm on the clock. So my blessing for you in this Parshas Beshalach and in your life is realize your own strength. Don't just go with the flow. Realize that Hashem intended you to be free, to have the freedom to choose what you want to create in your day, what you need to create in your life. He believes in you. He already showed you that. And do that thing. And then, for extra fun, come to the Redemption Mini Retreat where we will work through your fears and your dreams in such a powerful way on January 31st. And if you want a mini retreat, and you can find that on my website, it's the mini retreat. And if you want a retreat in your city on this topic, or we have a series of 5 topics, you send me an email or you go on my website and you send me an email from there, because this year my intention is to travel to 5 cities minimum with a mini retreat. So we have one that we're looking at in Pittsburgh right now, one that we're looking at in Naples, Florida right now. I'm doing this one in Borough Park right now. And we have a few questions from Lakewood and Muncie, but it takes an organizer. It takes someone who says, yeah, I want to bring this to my community. It's not a money thing. It's not an expensive thing. It's like you need to want to bring redemption to your community. So if you want that, please get in touch with me and say, I want a mini retreat for my community, and we will come to you. If not, I will see you this week, Wednesday, January 31st. If not, I will see you next time on video. And in the meantime, have a beautiful Shabbos. Go create your day. Vayisa'u. Travel forward. Know that you can do it. If you've been in a hard time in your life, today's your day to say, to remember, I'm no longer in Egypt. I'm not there anymore. What can I do from this place? I'm free. Don't look back. Don't fight what was. It's not worth it. Don't give up. Please don't give up. Please don't become bitter. Please don't become cynical. Please don't forget who you are. Every one of us is a Moses. Every one of us is a Moshe Rabbeinu. Every one of us has infinite, incredible powers that are beyond belief to create. And we can sit here and tell inspiring stories, unbelievable stories about people who have created unbelievable things, but that's not the point of today. You can read that in your Ami magazine. You can read that. You can look at my brother Ben Sion Klatsko and just kind of watch his life and what he's creating. You can get inspiration from other people, but not today. Today, get inspiration from yourself. You, who you are. What do you want? What's the burning desire in your heart? Take note and be honest. Have I given up? Am I getting cynical? Am I passive? Am I leaving it all up to Hashem? Or am I saying, I'm strong, I can do this, I'm meant to do this, Vayisa'u, and travel forward in the land of freedom to the Holy Land. All right. Have a beautiful, beautiful Shabbos, everyone. Bye-bye. And we're going to turn it off somehow. Oh, I don't really know how to turn it off. Okay. Bye-bye.